What if I told you about a guy who rushed for almost 10,000 yards, scored 55 touchdowns, made 3 Pro Bowls, and set an NFL record for the most yard from scrimmage in a single season, just disappeared one day? That's what happened to Chris Johnson. One season, he was one of the most electrifying players in football, and the next, he was gone just like that. How did a player once known as CJ2K, a man who ran for over 2,000 yards in a single season, suddenly become obsolete? Where did he go, and where is he now? To understand the story of Chris Johnson, we first have to go back to the beginning, where this whole thing started. Early life and overlooked talent. Chris Johnson was born on September 23, 1985, in Orlando, Florida, where he developed his passion for football at an early age. Unlike many future NFL stars who were recognized as elite prospects in high school, Johnson wasn't a highly touted recruit. He played football at Olympia High School, where he showcased his skills as a running back. But despite his clear athleticism, he was only considered a 2-star recruit by scouting services like Rivals.com. One of the main reasons for the lack of attention from top college programs was a leg fracture he suffered during his senior year. In a world of high school recruiting, missing significant playing time can severely impact a player's chances of getting offers from major colleges. Johnson's injury caused many Division I schools to overlook him, and the ones that did show interest wanted to move him to defense. Given his blazing speed, several programs saw him more as a potential defensive back than a running back. But Johnson had no interest in playing defense. He was determined to prove that he could be an elite running back, and he wasn't willing to settle for anything less. As a result, he passed on offers from schools that wanted him on defense and instead committed to East Carolina University, one of the few programs that offered him the chance to play his preferred position, track speed and football skill in college. At East Carolina, Johnson was not just a football star, but also an outstanding track athlete, clocking a 10.38-second 100-meter dash against top competition. His unique combination of speed and agility made him a nightmare on the field, contributing massively as a runner, receiver, and kick returner. Despite some injury setbacks, Johnson's senior year exploded with record-breaking all-purpose yards. Scouts doubted if his size could withstand the NFL, but his stunning 4.24-second 40-yard dash at the 2008 Combine shattered expectations and boosted him into first-round consideration, college achievements, and NFL prospect status. Despite some injury setbacks, Johnson's senior year exploded with record-breaking all-purpose yards. Scouts doubted if his size could withstand the NFL, but his stunning 4.24-second 40-yard dash at the 2008 Combine shattered expectations and boosted him into first-round consideration. Before Johnson became one of the fastest running backs in NFL history, he was already making a name for himself on the track. His speed was on full display at Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida, where he was not only an exceptional football player, but also a standout track athlete. In 2004, during his senior year, Josh competed in the Florida 4A State Championship in the 100-meter dash. He finished second with a time of 10.38 seconds, losing only to Walter Dykes, who would later go on to win a bronze medal in the Olympics. That alone showed the level of competition Johnson faced and proved that his speed was truly world-class. Beyond the 100m, he was also an elite 200-meter runner. His personal best in that event was 20.28 seconds, one of the fastest times in the country at the time. These performances made it clear that Johnson wasn't just fast for a football player. He was fast, period. When Johnson arrived at East Carolina University, he wasted no time making an impact. Despite being a true freshman, he played in all 11 games and quickly established himself as one of the team's most dynamic playmakers. He started 7 games that season and led the team in multiple statistical categories, finishing with 561 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. But what made him truly stand out was his ability as a kick returner. He racked up 765 yards on kick returns, giving him a total of 1,562 all-purpose yards. That was the highest total on the team and ranked him 24th nationally in all-purpose yardage. Johnson's versatility was also evident in the passing game. He caught 32 passes for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns, ranking second on the team in reception. His ability to contribute as a runner, receiver, and returner made him an invaluable weapon for East Carolina's offense. By the end of the season, he set multiple school records for a freshman and earned a spot on the Conference USA All-Freshman team. The senior year truly exploded, with Johnson rushing for 1,423 yards and 17 touchdowns, averaging an incredible 6 yards per carry. But his dominance didn't stop there. He also caught 37 passes for 528 yards and 6 more touchdowns. On special teams, he continued to be a game changer, returning 36 kickoffs for 109 yards and a touchdown. All of those numbers added up to a school record of 2,960 all-purpose yards. Very few players in college football history have ever put up those kinds of numbers in a single season. Rookie impact and a legendary 2009 season. Johnson made an immediate splash with the Tennessee Titans, earning a Pro Bowl as a rookie. He didn't need time to adjust. He was a difference maker from the moment he stepped onto the field, splitting carries with Lindell White. Johnson finished his rookie season with 1,228 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns. He averaged an impressive 4.9 yards per carry. His versatility as both a runner and a receiver made him a nightmare for defenses. He caught 43 passes for 260 yards, showing he was just as dangerous in the passing game. Johnson's ability to turn small gains into big plays helped the Titans finish the season with an NFL best 13-3 record. His electrifying performances earned him a Pro Bowl selection, a rare accomplishment for a rookie. Despite his incredible season, he finished second in the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year voting to Matt Ryan. But it was clear that Johnson was just getting started. Chris Johnson's 2009 season wasn't just great, it was legendary. He finished the year with 2,006 rushing yards, becoming only the 6th player in NFL history at the time to break the 2,000-yard mark. What set him apart from others was his ability to contribute as a receiver. He added 53 receptions, bringing his total yards from scrimmage to 2,509. It's an NFL record that still stands today, week after week. Johnson made highlight reel plays. His breakaway speed turned simple running plays into 80-yard touchdowns. He was nearly unstoppable in the open field, leaving defenders grasping at air. One of his best performances came in Week 8 against the Jacksonville Jaguars when he ran for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just 2 weeks later, he shredded the Buffalo Bills for 132 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards, proving he was just as dangerous in the passing game. Johnson ended the season with 11 straight 100-yard rushing games, another rare feat. His dominance earned him the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award and a first-team All-Pro selection. After the season, he was given the nickname CJ2K to honor his historic 2,000-yard achievement, career peak, and subsequent decline. After signing a massive contract extension, Johnson's production began to decline. In 2011, he struggled to find the same explosiveness that had made him unstoppable in the previous seasons. Though he still rushed for over 1,000 yards, his efficiency dropped and his impact wasn't the same. Injuries started taking a toll, particularly as he faced more physical defenses aiming to stop his speed. By 2012, he bounced back slightly with over 1,200 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns, but the wear and tear was evident. His style of play demanded a lot of his body, and it caught up to him quickly. By 2013, despite still rushing for 1,000 yards, Johnson's decline became undeniable. His average yards per carry decreased, and he was less explosive. Defensive coordinators had also adjusted to his style and speed, limiting his big playability. The Tennessee Titans decided it was time to part ways, releasing him in 2014 after 6 seasons full of memorable highlights but diminishing returns. Johnson finished his tenure in Tennessee with impressive career totals, but it was clear his best days were behind him. His move to the New York Jets in 2014 held promise but turned out to be a quiet, forgettable season. Limited carries and lack of fit curtailed any comeback hopes. Injuries and inconsistencies followed in his latter NFL years, with a shooting incident in 2015 causing nerve damage in his right hand, further impacting his ability to perform at the highest level. Though Johnson showed glimpses of his old form with the Arizona Cardinals in 2015, a fractured tibia and recurring injuries cut short his attempts at a full revival. By 2017, it was obvious his NFL journey was nearing its end, culminating with his retirement announcement in 2018. His peak was a vivid display of speed and dominance, but the harsh realities of the NFL, injuries, physical demands, and evolving defenses, led to a steep decline, reminding us just how fleeting NFL stardom can be. Final NFL years in retirement. Johnson tried to revive his career with the New York Jets in 2014, signing a 3-year, $9 million deal. But his time there was largely forgettable, finishing the season with just 663 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, the lowest totals of his career. The Jets struggled offensively, and Johnson never found a consistent role. After just 1 season, the Jets released him in February 2015, making him a free agent once again. In a shocking turn of events, Johnson's life nearly came to a tragic end in 2015. While sitting in a car at a red light in Orlando, Florida, he was shot in the shoulder during a drive-by shooting. His friend in the car was killed, but Johnson survived. The bullet caused nerve damage to his right hand, raising concerns about whether he would ever play football again. Authorities accused Johnson in 2016 of funding retaliation against those responsible, an accusation he denied, and he was never formally charged. This incident, combined with his injuries and declining production, marked the beginning of the end of his NFL career. In 2015, Johnson signed a 1-year contract with the Arizona Cardinals and surprisingly turned back the clock early in the season, rushing for 814 yards in 11 games. But just as he was finding his rhythm, disaster struck again in Week 12 when he suffered a fractured tibia, forcing him to miss the rest of the season. The Cardinals re-signed Johnson in 2016, but injuries continued mounting. He was placed on injured reserve with a groin injury after only 4 games. He returned in 2017, but was released early in the season, re-signed briefly, and then cut again. By the end of 2017, it was clear his time in the NFL was over. After a decade of spectacular plays that fans would never forget, Johnson decided to retire. On November 5th, 2018, he officially announced his retirement from professional football, bringing down the curtain on a career marked by breathtaking speed and unforgettable moments. Wanting to finish his career with a team that had given him his first NFL opportunity, Johnson signed a symbolic 1-day contract with the Tennessee Titans on April 24, 2019. This allowed him to retire as a Titan, the franchise where he had built his legacy and earned his nickname CJ2K. For Johnson and Titans fans alike, it was a perfect ending to an incredible journey, life after football and legacy. Post-retirement, Johnson completed his college degree and stayed connected to football through media and business ventures. Despite his NFL days being behind him, he didn't stop striving for personal growth. Johnson returned to East Carolina University, the school where he first gained national attention as a football star, recognizing the importance of education and finishing his communications degree. This move not only demonstrated his dedication, but also set an example for younger athletes about life beyond football. His contributions to the game continue to be recognized with his induction into the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame in 2023, an honor for standout players who showcase their talents in the annual College All-Star Game. Although he was no longer playing, Johnson remained involved in the sport, occasionally making media appearances and offering insight into the game. Besides football, he also focused on business ventures and personal projects, using his fame and resources to explore opportunities outside of the sport. Johnson will always be remembered for one thing above all else: speed, and his ability to reach top speed almost instantly and outrun defenders made him one of the most exciting players ever to step onto an NFL field. He wasn't just fast in a straight line, he was football fast with the acceleration, vision, and agility to turn any play into a touchdown. One of his greatest achievements was setting the NFL single-season scrimmage yards record with 2,509 yards in 2009. To this day, No player has surpassed that mark, showing just how dominant he was that season. His record-setting speed at the 40-yard dash remains one of the most famous combined performances in history. Johnson's legacy challenges how NFL teams value running backs, highlighting the harsh realities they face despite being critical to the game. His name will forever be at the top when fans think about the fastest players in NFL history, a testament to his incredible career and lasting impact on football. Controversies and reflection. Johnson faced tough controversies, including the drive-by shooting in Orlando, Florida, where he was shot in the shoulder and his friend in the car was tragically killed. In 2016, authorities accused him of funding retaliation against those responsible for the shooting. He denied all involvement and was never formally charged. These events marked a turbulent period in his life, raising concerns about his future in football. Despite these challenges, Johnson remained focused on his career and personal growth. Looking back, Johnson has admitted that he sometimes regrets not switching to defense early in his career. Many had seen his blazing speed as a perfect fit for a shutdown defensive back, which might have prolonged his NFL journey. However, he stands by his choice to be a running back, where he created some of the most unforgettable moments in NFL history. Another important issue Johnson has spoken about is the way NFL teams undervalue running backs. He has criticized the league for how it treats the position, arguing that running backs don't get paid what they deserve, despite being some of the most important players on the field. His own experience of going from a record-setting superstar to a free agent in just a few seasons highlights the harsh reality for running backs in today's game. Johnson believes because running backs peak so early due to the hits they take, they should be able to negotiate their best contracts when they first come out of college. His speed and explosiveness made him one of the most exciting players in NFL history, and his story is a reminder of the challenges and complexities elite athletes face both on and off the field. Chris Johnson's story is a thrilling mix of breathtaking highs and sudden lows. His record-setting speed changed the game and remains unmatched. Whether or not he makes it to the Hall of Fame, his name will forever be at the top when fans remember the fastest players in NFL history. His journey reminds us that even legends face unexpected twists beyond the spotlight. From an overlooked two-star recruit to one of the most electrifying players in football, Johnson's rise and fall shows how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. Despite injuries and off-field struggles that derailed his career, his impact on the game remains undeniable. He rewrote the record books and forced teams to rethink what speed at the running back position really means. Johnson wasn't just fast in a straight line, he was football fast, combining vision, agility, and power to turn small plays into spectacular touchdowns. While his decline after his peak still sparks debate over his legacy, many agree that his peak was one of the most dominant stretches we've ever seen. Beyond the numbers, Johnson's career is a cautionary tale about how fleeting success can be in a brutal sport. It also highlights the harsh reality for many running backs, who are undervalued and must battle injuries and short career windows. Johnson's later reflections on his choices and the challenges he faced add a human layer to his story that few players share publicly. In the end, Chris Johnson gave football fans unforgettable moments of pure excitement and reminded us all what it means to be truly fast. His legacy lives on, not only in record books, but in the memories of those who witnessed his breathtaking speed and game-changing plays.